What is up, guys? How's it going? And welcome to the channel. My name's Jackal, and chances are, if you found this, you are not subscribed, and you ought to do so. Especially because this game, this Nuzlocke, which is my very first attempt at a Nuzlocke, it is just starting off. We have Illusion of Gaia, or Illusion of Time, I guess, if you are from Europe land. We got Illusion of Gaia, and we have Final Fantasy II that are soon to be wrapping up, which means we are going to be starting 2 new games. And, well, I haven't really said which ones those will be yet. I've decided what they are, but we'll get there when we get there. But, yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up, so you should definitely be a part of it. But, yeah, we're here for part 3. And today's mainly going to be all about grinding. So if you're not a big fan of grinding, well then this episode's probably not going to be for you. If you're somebody who, like me, likes to usually have like a let's play on while you're in the background doing something, or I'm in the background while you're doing something, you know what I mean. Well then leave it on. This will be the video for you. That's what we're doing today. As always, we have our main 2 stars so far. We have Oisey Doisey, the fucking Squirtle. And we got the good one, which is Caterpie. We have Fuck You and the Stupid Bug, which are a Pidgey and a Weedle, who I am not using. At very least, Butterfree has enough... what's the word up? At least, Butterfree will have enough status ailment shit that one will be worth keeping. The good one is here to stay. But yeah, we're mainly going to be training up, Jesus Christ, its eye is terrifying at this angle. I don't like you one bit, the way you look. On this side, you look horrifying. But getting him to level 10 will make him a Caterpie, and then we'll be in business from that point. Like the other 2 playthroughs I did, this part here is probably the part that is the most grind heavy until the end of the game. Granted, starting with Squirtle, I don't need to be as high for this, but, you know, the way I did my other playthroughs, I-ish am going to do the same level up scheme that I kind of did for those. For the most part, it's going to be roughly 5 levels in between each gym. Roughly, not exactly. Basically, at the end of the game, what I am looking for most is to... What I'm looking for most is to have my Blastoise be at level 55, the rest of my crew all at level 50. I am playing with fire. I'm so into talking, I'm not paying attention, and that's dangerous. Probably did a couple of those and I didn't pay attention. Fuck out of here. Trying to hurt my darling good one. The good one doesn't appreciate being almost murdered. Even though it's my fault and I should be paying attention. Because if it dies, you know, I'm going to sit here looking real stupid. That's actually been the hardest part, like, even here at the beginning, is just remembering that after, you know, the childhood memories of playing through this, and now just the last 2 recent playthroughs, you know, I've never had to be so careful. Also, fucking Metapod sucks. So, the good ones just rolling with the punches he's being thrown at, or that's being thrown at him. Like, we can only work with what we dealing with. I cannot speak. I wonder what substance would have made that harder to do. I wonder. How much more? 85. Ooh. Once you're a Butterfree and you can start smacking up those Kakunas in there, we'll be in business then. Well, your attack is fucking weak. Legit weaker than you were a goddamn level ago. Come on. Kill them all yourself. I was going to say, even if he misses, he's at 1 health. We're still good. Alright. Till he gets to level 8, I'm just going to rotate in and put Oisey Doisey in the fucking match. If you want to know how I came up with that name, you're just going to have to watch the first video. It's not really special. Small hint, it has to do with the fact that he will evolve into a Blastoise. Blastoise was the root name that I worked off of. Especially because, in all reality, that is going to be the Pokemon that my starter is going to spend the most time as. It's going to be as a Blastoise. So I want the name to kind of fit that Pokemon more than anything. Do 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 do. Oh, finish this up. Go get the drinks for tomorrow. And then take me a nap. A nap. Get ready for whatever fucking bullshit comes our way tomorrow at work. Because with a possible strike coming up, we are getting a bit higher volume than what we normally would. They're trying to run everything that they can ahead of schedule because, once the strike starts, it's going to be a lot of, office staff from some of the corporate or like the mail buildings that aren't unionized. They'll be having to come in and work. The supervisors will be working. I mean, they already do, but like for what, working. And that really sucks for like the lowest levels of managers, the part-time supervisors, because, realistically, they don't really have it any better than we do as like grunts, like very vaguely, slightly, but they don't get paid nearly enough, and they're not a part of any union, so they can just be fired. And that 8 experience was all you needed? Okay, well, at least the attack went up. Alright, let us go back and heal. See if we can get a head start and see if Metapod can kill anybody by himself. Oh, it's just so fun. Work is always trying to get us to be, like, done with shit early and have us, out at certain times. And one of the things they just refuse to do is just start us earlier. They want to start us the absolute latest that they can. The very latest. To have us out on time-ish, as long as nothing happened. And that's the thing, as long as nothing happens. Which, it's not that shit happening often is... How much does he take away? Okay, we're switching you out. This ain't gonna be the one. But no, they want to start us the latest we can and get us out-ish on time, as long as everything runs smooth. Which the problem is especially our hub, our branch, base, whatever you want to call it, warehouse. It's like one of the oldest warehouses in our area, and it's also one of the most busy, which is one of the reasons why they don't ever update anything, or why they don't, like, close it down, because, like, there's so much weight that goes through there that corporate just can't close it. So it's constantly bursting at the seams. You can see where, improvements have been added within the building to try and start to accommodate the more flow, having extra belts that you can tell weren't there originally. And it sort of works, but it just band-aids the problem. The building is old. The flow we get is ridiculous for, the equipment we got and the condition of everything. Shit is constantly breaking. Wow, this fucking shit. $13 minutes? Okay. Between 10 and 15 more minutes we got. Yeah, no, if they would just start us like 20, 30 minutes earlier, we could be done before, the drivers got to usually be out, which is like 9 in the morning. But they refuse to do it so hard. $125, bro, you suck. You suck so much. Yeah, I started joking around with some of the other employees that, especially when my supervisor tells me to go do something, he'll walk past me. And, if he wants me to go downstairs, because where I work is like on an elevated platform, and the ground floor is, underneath us. And it's like a half story up. It's not like we're up very high. And maybe even like a quarter story, maybe. Like, we're not very high up. It's, you're standing. Yeah, no, you're only standing like 6 feet off the ground. It's not very high. It's an irrelevant detail. I'm just high. But my supervisor will tell me to, like, go downstairs and start doing tape-ups at the rewrap table. And the way that he'll tell me to go to the rewrap table and start doing packages is he will walk past me and he will say, table. And that's it. That's all he'll say. There's no please. There's no thank you for the most part. It's like the dude gives me one word, like, directions for everything. And I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start, like, barking at him and just being like, woof, woof. And then when he looks at me confused, obviously, I'm going to be like, well, if you're just going to talk to me like a dog, I might as well respond like one. Like, no please, no nothing. Dude barely even makes eye contact with me. It's just, it must be one of the most annoying things that I'm one of the people that either by happenstance or whatever, that he has to rely on me to help him with so much shit in that building. And all the while, he fucking hates me. It's actually the most hilarious thing in the world. It's like, damn, man, I wish I could make it better, but, like, bro, you just suck and you don't like me. Just switch them out. We'll save it for, like, level 3 or 2s. Okay, tackle's not too bad. Unfortunately, it would be like a sexual harassment problem. But I was also tempting on, like, somehow just, if he's, you know, going to talk to me like that, just to be like, oh, yes, daddy. It turns me on when you talk to me like that. Just make it super fucking awkward. But no, it's funny how much he fucking hates me. And it sucks because for as much as I complain about work, it feels like the way that it all even started didn't even feel like it started from me. It felt like, and this is now going back like 3.5 years, maybe a little more. Around the time, because I started in August. I started in August, and he was mid-August, and by like either end of August or like mid-September. Like, I had only been working there a month when this new guy came. And obviously he's, you know, my big boss man now. And he had gotten transferred over from whatever other hub he was working at. And he used to work at, you know, the hub that I work at. He used to work there before, got transferred somewhere, and then got transferred back. And apparently the only reason he moved up from a part-time supervisor to a full-time was when he got transferred, the position that he was in wasn't available. So they kind of, just because he had more seniority, defaulted to promoting him. And then he got transferred back over. Then he was in charge of me. And for like the first like 2 months, it was just whatever. It just, I don't even, like, maybe he didn't like me, but it wasn't super noticeable. And then it felt like he... It felt like there was something he had gotten into an argument with, because I work with my older cousin. there was something he got into an argument with him over. Because my cousin has actual back problems. Like, his, like, whole spine is, like, fucked up. And, part of, like, what exacerbated his injury was something that happened at work while, old Baldy was in charge of him. Actually, this was also before he was bald. Well, he was probably balding, but, you know how it is. But, he started trying to get, because my cousin, because of, like, now he's fine, but at the time he had, like, an altered schedule for, like, his medical issues. And boss man just tried getting him to, like, muscle him into coming in at the correct time. And it became a really big stink with the union and everything else. And yeah, it was just like a big fucking mess with the two of them. And especially because, you know, I had only been working there a couple months. It felt like his retaliation towards my cousin was originally, like, that's where when it felt like he started to move me around to, like, a lot of different places. To which, you know, my cousin would always get mad because then, you know, they would put up people on the slide who fucking sucked. And, you know, my cousin would complain, you know, why do you move my cousin somewhere? And then you put up here these fucking bums who, like, can't do shit correctly. Dope. You know, you put all these dopes who can't do shit fucking correctly up here. And, you know, you wonder why shit's running the way that it is. And because of him moving me around to a lot of different places, it felt like in a retaliatory way. It started to... I basically got good at doing everything everywhere else, is basically what happened. And, you know, obviously I don't mind being a good worker. I enjoy and I take pride in being a good worker. What I don't like is being, like, treated and looked at as if, like, you're not doing shit. And, you know, even back then, he used to say, well, you're the guy with the least seniority, so, you know, you're the one who's got to do it. And then I became not the one with the least amount of seniority. And I was still out there doing it. So then it became like, all right, well, what's the real deal here? Like, and I would make a stink about it. I would complain about him to HR. And it felt like because of making various complaints to him in HR and being a pain in the ass, then he started to just not like me. But it seemed like it almost feels like he just instigated me into doing it. Like, it's not like I had any intention on, you know, making a stink about things. I had just spent the first couple months working in my work area. And that was it. And then as a way to get back at my cousin, he started just moving me to a shitload of places. And it just felt like, you know, wow, that really sucks. So I got good at doing, you know, various different jobs all around the warehouse. So, you know, all these years later, I'm like, I basically can do everything. I can do, you know, I can manage the underslides, which are, you know, where you sort the stuff that needs to be taped up and reboxed, or the stuff that's got to be resorted to another area of the warehouse. I can handle that. I can do the rewraps. I can handle running up all the bulk and the heavy shit everywhere in the warehouse. I can work in one of the trucks that's like a special truck that only has bulk. I work on I know how to work on one of the slides where things are slightly different. I know how to load the semi-trucks, both kinds of semi-trucks, one where things are in specific locations, and then other trucks where it's just, you know, loading the big shit on bottom, small shit on top. Like, I can load those. I can work in the front of the warehouse. I can do unloading. I can work in the initial sorting zone. I can work on the upstairs sorting zone, which is where all the smalls come in. All the small little parcels that are like 60 to 65% of, your business. I can work and do basically everything except load the brown delivery trucks that most of you will probably see everywhere. No, I wanted to do Pokemon Switch. Man. See, this should be much faster now. It's at 149. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get it today. I think it's been 26 minutes. Yeah, I think we're about done. I was hoping that I would be able to get Butterfree today, but it looks like it is not quite in the cards. Not this time. Ow, sorry, I'm kind of like a small burn on my arm, and all the skin is peeling away because it's like healing, but it itches. But yeah, that's it for the day, guys. I'm just, complaining about work stuff for the most part. Next time we get our Butterfree, and then we'll take him into the forest. We'll finish grinding him. Squirtle is the one whom I am not worried about in the least. He's going to be the one that will be just fine. So, but yeah, other than that, guys, that's going to be it for the day. Next time I come back, it'll be Final Fantasy 2. It'll be more of we're just starting what feels like the start of the final dungeon. I don't know if it's like the final dungeon. Like, a lot of, like, some of those old, like, RPG games, like, if you go to, like, final areas, there's, like, the final area, and then there's, like, the final area within the final area, if you know what I mean. So, like, I'll figure out how far this place goes, because when I feel like I'm at a point where I know I'm going to the end, then it'll be time to, I'll be playing Final Fantasy 2 pretty much straight, because at that point I'm gonna wanna beat it, because Secret of Mana is gonna be replacing it, and I cannot wait to play that game. I've never actually beaten it. I've gotten almost to the end of the game a couple times, but like everything else, I just stop playing things and just never pick them back up. So it is what it is. So yeah, till next time, guys. Peace.